Hey, what's good, Eclipse? He said, "How's Amber going?" Bruh. Was that even a name choice? Oh yeah, we know you're good. You were first today. Gotcha. But yeah, bro. I think the only thing I don't really care for about her is the hair. Though this part of it, like I should have had it like flowing down more. Yeah. No, but it was crazy. I'm surprised. Like yesterday, I had like I guess the most engagement like on YouTube, and then I also got like two more subscribers on there. You said give her bangs. I mean, that's essentially what this is, but since she has 4C textured hair, it's not gonna necessarily just flow down the whole time. Oh yeah, we know you didn't hear anything yesterday. See, that's why Soul was like the scribe, man. Yeah, like I needed him to pretty much just text everything I was saying. Give her some curl cream. Man, this man really hates 4C textured hair, bro. Hey, I'm learning more about Eclipse these days. Hey, man, I'm just going based off what you're saying. Now, Eclipse Soul was actually typing like a lot. Like there would be moments like I don't think you were really looking anymore. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna duplicate this layer. That way I still have the original. And let's see what I can do if I change up like that style. I mean, since it's not officially 5 o'clock yet. But yeah, Eclipse, you'll have to go back and watch like the VOD. It should be there on Twitch or YouTube. Like he was typing a lot to try to help you out. Like he really was trying to help you out. What was Scoot's name request? Honestly, I don't remember. Am I thinking about the color scheme right now while drawing her? It doesn't even matter anymore. Like the colors are set, like the color palette is there, and I've already drawn her out. I'm not really thinking anymore about the colors. Like to avoid like anything that we did before, like I'm not gonna use that salmon color for her hair. Like that's not gonna be a thing. So it's out of the other four, like for her hair. Black will be the easiest. Or this little dark gray, very charcoal gray. Like that'll be the easiest for her hair color. I mean, it's not even a pure white. This is more like a bluish or green. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking of right now is trying to like do a different style for the bangs in the front. Hey, what's good, Cole? Hey, yo, what's the flag gonna play for? I didn't even do anything yet. Yet, all right. So you just prepared? Oh, my bad, guys. It's already 5 o'clock. I didn't do the intro. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Honeydew back again with another drawing. We're going to finish this drawing today. It's been like 3 days, and we really need to finish this one. All right, which one, y'all? With the hair in the front going, all wild and out, or having it flowing down? You said first one. By first one, you mean the original? Right here? Or down? OG. Cool. You said we don't need an intro if that's it. That's wild. Eclipse is gonna say the one where it's going down. He doesn't like that texture. I don't know why, man. You said maybe I could do something with the puff. Like what? Make it a power puff. Girl. Hey, what's good, Scoot? Nah, but Scoot, I was asking like which one, because I did like maybe braid it or something. I didn't necessarily want to braid it because I wanted to show like her actual texture. That's why I was doing like either this right here, the original, or with it flowing down. All right, this man getting a retwist. This man about to look slick for the job, bro. Said it just looks undone on the first one. That's wild. Not too late to give her the pompadour. Man, you right. You really right, man. Hold on, I got you, bro. Since Eclipse doesn't like 4C texture, let's give her a pompadour. Gonna get rid of all this. Why do I keep having? Why do I keep having that one on? Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Get some bacon and you put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes. New York. The Alexa going haywire today. Bro, I forgot who it's by. Hit them chords. Hey man, that requires me to get up, move the set around, put the mic next to it. That way you can hear it. All right, guys, but Eclipse is saying no to the first one, this original, with the front of the hair just being out. You know, I'm trying to show that texture. So my other option was to have it down like this. Still trying to maintain the texture, you know? So it said don't be lazy. So you have no right to say that, honestly. Bruh. Eclipse, you saying maybe a puff? Bro, what is this then? I mean, you just want to be a perfect circular puff for an afro? Bro, come on. Like, I can't be the only one. Okay, just being real. Now I'm talking about in real life. When it comes to women and having like the hair out, I love seeing like the texture and everything. Like seeing that 4C texture out. It doesn't have to be necessarily like perfectly rounded out and everything. Bro, hold up. Let me find a reference because I found a few references, man. Unless somebody gets what I'm saying, bro. And that's borderline a pompadour. I mean, you said you wanted it more kempt, I guess. And then we had a cloud over here. give her that forehead, you know. I missed it. What happened? Oh, got you. All right, we're gonna keep her hair free right here. I'm really going with no bangs. Yeah, I think that was general consensus. Nobody had an issue with that. So that's what we're getting. Hey, yo. Why does man just turn red? Hello? That's crazy. But the fact that it only changed on Twitch and not in the chat box itself. His hatred of the braids, man. I'm trying to figure out why they were there yesterday. But I think he just meant the braids alone. Yeah, she just has 0 bangs, man. I just have to come up with another character. Well, hopefully you guys come up with the character that allows me to use, you know, some 4C hair, you feel me? Who's white? Gotcha, yeah. Appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Lee? Okay, it's all good. Right. Say, we got more line art. Yeah, bro. And yes, we are going to do the next character description. Said, why does traffic happen? Like, literally just go straight. Man, see, that's the part I don't miss. Hold on, guys. Don't throw in suggestions just yet. Let me get this inking done. Let me get the inking done, and then we'll work on the next character. So hopefully that should give everybody some time. But if at the same time, if you know you're going to be busy, like in the next like 30 minutes or an hour, it's fine to type it in there. I might just need someone to actually like keep up with them, because I might not see it while I'm working on it, or working on this line. So for those of you who are going to be fairly busy or can't text, you know, if you get to a point where you can, just go ahead and put it in now, and then somebody in chat will keep up with all of your messages. Because I prefer you stay safe if you're driving. So I think that's Lee and Scoot who are actually driving right now. Bro. Like I'm so focused right now. I didn't even talk about like what I mentioned yesterday. Bro. Hold on. Like once I get to a decent point, I'll probably start talking about it. When dang, I can't speak. When Cole brought up elements, I was thinking of the whole discourse that's been going on, like on social media, mainly TikTok, whatever, since that's what I use mostly. And like the whole thing about Korra versus Aang, and I'm like, bruh, my hit and like just from my observations, like when I watched the series, both of them, I'm like, it's Aang hands down. Like it's no competition. And there are so many defenders for Korra, and I'm like, bro. And the reasons that they always give is like people are only hating on Korra because she's a woman. Bro, nobody hates Korra because she's a woman. Well, I'll take the best. I'm not gonna say nobody, because I'm sure there's some of those weird guys out there just hate women in general. But I'm like, bro, they that's like a small crowd amongst the majority of guys who just don't like her because her character is terrible. Yeah, there were plenty. And that's the thing, like when in that series, like everyone pretty much, it's like general consensus that everyone loves all the female characters, protagonist or antagonist. Because nobody hated Azula, Ty Lee, or Mai. Nobody hated Toph, Katara. Nobody hated Suki. Nobody hated Princess Yue. I'm saying, bruh. Like the only person that's ever gotten hate was Korra. Bro, and I wish Scoot was actually able to talk, or actually type on here, bro. Live action Avatar? No, we talking about animation, bro. That's the only one I've ever seen. That's the only one that matters. Because transferring from animation to live action rarely ever works out. And I didn't even watch that one on Netflix. Unfortunately, when I was a kid, I did watch the M. Night Shyamalan, his version. It was trash. I was disappointed even at that young age, you know? He said no, nothing should ever get live action. Hey, honestly, I think it depends on like who's in control of like directing and who's writing the adaptation. Because honestly, from the Marvel comics to live action movies, I think those are pretty decent to have like that long of a run. And not only was it translating some of the stories, or adapting some of the stories, like they did it in their own way to fit the movies. And then I guess you could say it's also, you can throw in a multiverse theme because it's just a different universe set aside from the comics. But still, like live action can work for some pieces of media that weren't live action. It just depends on who you have, you know, working behind the scenes. That's my whole consensus. But overall, I tend to avoid just anything live action, like in general, because I didn't even watch. Oh, did Cowboy Bebop get a live action? because I stayed away from that. I didn't watch the One Piece live action. And of course, I didn't watch the one on Netflix for Avatar. Said Aang next. Okay, can somebody please explain to me all the different terminology when it comes to like power scaling? So what does neg mean? Because I've seen that used before, like neg diff. Does that mean it's like no difficulty for him? Okay, if that's what it means, man, finally. And like, I can give my reasoning too, bruh. Cause I'll tell you, like, out of all like animated series, I think I remember like a good portion of the whole Airbender Avatar saga. Like both of those, like Last Airbender and Korra. Like, bro, really think about it. Aang really didn't struggle fighting anyone except Azula. Like when it came to, what was it, Ozai, Fire Lord Ozai, he was really just trying to avoid doing his usual thing, you know. He fights defensively, he does a lot of avoidance, and he just finesses people, right? Like he did that throughout the whole series. Zuko wasn't a problem for him. Who else did he fight? It was it General Zhang? Something like that or whatever. There was no issue for him. Like everybody he fought, he was able to finesse. Oh, what about the dude with the combustion bending? That was kind of an odd fight for him, because that was just weird all around for everybody. But like the only person who really struggled against was Azula, and that's because she pretty much fought like him, but she was actually aggressive with it. So for him, it's like, okay, how do he fight himself? But they're actually trying to kill. And Korra, all of her fights, man, from season 1 and season 1, 3, and 4, she were fighting people who pretty much move like Aang. Like she was able to get finessed. Like Amon, he wasn't even using bending against her, and she was getting washed. And then what's his name? Zahir. He's new to airbending, so she shouldn't even had an issue with him. All he knows is hands. So he was doing his same stuff, but with some air. And she was getting washed by him. And like another thing that you can add on top of that, Zahir, on how Zahir was trash with airbending, he fought Tenzin one-on-one, and he was losing until they had to jump Tenzin, bruh. And Tenzin was trained by Aang. No, that's his dad. And she knew 3 out of 4 elements too. Bro, the whole Amon situation, she should not have lost in general. And then people are gonna be like, oh, she was a master of 3 elements, like by the time she was in her teens until her early 20s or whatever. Like, bro, she was trash with it. Her fighting style was just straight. She's kind of like a boxer, a kickboxer type. Overall, she was very grounded. She wasn't light on her feet at all. And that's crazy saying like she got some boxing in there too. But like, bro, she was just a straight brawler type of fighter. And if all of her fighters are light on their feet, can get the finesse game down, what is she gonna do against Aang, who's a king of finessing? She's the one that tried 1,000 kicks once, bruh. And then like people did bring up, like you did, like she knew the 3 out of 4 elements, right? But season 1 Aang technically did know 3 elements at that point, because of course he had to learn how to waterbend and everything, so he learned that first, but he was a natural at it. And then he also was learning firebending until he hurt Katara, and then he just had like a mental block, and so he stopped. But technically, he already had 3 elements. So like her knowing 3 at a young age, that's nothing all that special. And I think people tend to forget that Aang did know 3. Yeah, and Earth was his weakest element when he was trying to learn it. Because just like Korra, like your weakest element tends to be the one that's like the opposite towards your personality. So for her, she wasn't like a spiritual person, and she wasn't just a light person in terms of just her personality. She was very brash and just hard and all that kind of stuff. So of course she was struggling with air, and for Aang, he's the complete opposite. So he was struggling with earth. And that's why I feel like if I had a chance to like rewrite her story, like you can make hers work. Like you will just change up how everything ended in season 1. And I think I mentioned this before, like if like when she lost all the elements and you can still give her air bending because she was still, trying to do her avatar duties, that could be like the reason why she get air. But anyway, like they should force her to just only use air from that point forward until like the 2nd season. That way she's doing better, like the spiritual side of things. She's able to start unlocking the elements one by one, And the Aang we saw doing in his series, he didn't even master all the elements. He was just smart with them. Yeah. Like the only one he was truly like a master of, quote unquote, was air. Because you could argue that he was pretty much a fire bending master after the whole thing with the dragons and stuff. By like earning the title per se, because I'm sure he probably was a master with the elements, but overall just like gaining the actual title, he has air, and then I'm gonna put fire up there like with him and Zuko. But like Korra, she was struggling with people who were not even just Amon, like his little goons and stuff that was with him, like none of them were bending, and she was still getting finessed by them. He said Korra's the problem, not the good kind. He said people say that she didn't get to go on her avatar journey and she didn't get to, you said chocolate her masters, so that's why. Catch me up with, I think that was a typo there. Nah, but like that's the one series like nobody should actually talk to me about, bro, because I'll just go on the whole thing. Man, if we don't get Korra out of here, bro. I'm mad that you spelled it like that. And then like overall, man, I'm just stuck on like, I'm not trying to bash her like crazy, but like, man, she just made so many mistakes, bro, that you shouldn't have made. Cause like her fight with her uncle, what was his name, Unalaq? Okay, you're in an area, of course, that has a lot of water, right? He's only a waterbender. Why would you do waterbending against a waterbender who can turn it against you? Like we've seen that done plenty. We've seen that happen plenty of times, like just in the original series. So you gotta go, be easy. Hey, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you. I can't speak. Appreciate you for dropping by. Hope you have a good shift, man. And Eclipse said he'll be back. All right, bruh. But yeah, like we've seen that happen plenty of times. Like if you use an element that somebody else knows, like they can turn it back on you. We saw that when Katara was fighting against, what was his name, Master Paku. We see it plenty of times, like when Aang is just training with Toph or Katara. We've seen it when Zuko was fighting either Azula or who else? Just any other firebender. Like that one point where his dad like had the lightning, shot it at him. Zuko was able to redirect it. It's like, bruh, we can do that. That's our element. So if I'm the Avatar, I have access to 4 elements. Why would I use the same element that my opponent has? Maybe you don't shoot that man with some fire and be done. Literally had to pull out the heater on him. Said Naruto versus Aang. Hold on. Let me keep working on this while I'm thinking about it. Because I would have to ask, like, do you think Aang will be able to seal Kurama's power? That way Naruto doesn't have any access to it. Y'all still doing character fights in 2025? Hey, man, it's just something to talk about. He can seal. Well, you know, towards the end of the series, like in his first series, he got spirit bending. So he can, like, you know, he used it to block off Ozai's firebending, so you know he can't firebend anymore. Bro, you gotta watch the show, bro. See, bro. You've been planning to buy it, bro. Yeah, this whole time I thought you watched it. But yeah, like, I guess that's the spoiler then. And if you have Netflix, just the animated series should still be on there. Bro, why am I struggling to speak? Words. Can you speak them, man? Oh, got you. Yeah, I highly recommend you watch The Last Airbender animation. That's the best way to watch that series. If you watch one episode, you're gonna stay up late binging. Bruh. See? Oh, I don't have that problem. Well, I take that back. It depends on what it is. Like, if I wake up, you know, you already know I wake up early. But I usually start a series, like, early in the day. And then, like, depending on how long it is, I might be done within that same day. But if it's something that's really good and I started late, and, like, then it ends up, like, past midnight while I'm watching it, like, I will stay up, like, if it's really interesting. Dang, what did I say when Eclipse left? I think I was just talking about more like agreeing with Soul, saying that Korra just wasn't smart in the way she used her bending, because like she would fight people who had like the same so fighting against Unalaq or whatever in season 2, like she was using water bending against them, and that's how she got caught up and he took Rava outside of her. So it's like, why would you use water bending against the person that can only use water bending? And I was like, just use fire bending and light up this man, like pull out the heater for real. Like it just makes sense. Like, why would I use the same bending my opponent can do? Like we seen it like in The Last Airbender. People fight with the same elements. They can use each other's like element that they just use. Two earthbenders. You throw a rock, they could throw it back. And that's the thing too. Like, bro, I'm just thinking about more. If you remember, like the final fight with Aang and Ozai, like when he went into the Avatar state, got the whole elemental ball around him. This man was using like a whole bunch of wind. He used rocks, used water. He was not using fire all that much against Ozai. And then when he trapped Ozai, what did he do? He used some water to grab his leg, slammed it down on the pillar. He used the earth bending to trap his limbs. And then he used the spirit bending to take his bending away. And I'm like, bruh. Like, even though he was amped up just like Ozai from the comet, like, why would you use fire? That's just not smart. She forgot she was the Avatar. That's crazy. I don't know how. Her first line in the whole series was, I am the Avatar and you gotta deal with it. But she had to deal with it. And she got dealt with. She didn't deal with it well. She did not. I'm telling you, bro. I think after each season, maybe not at the end of each season, she was pretty much just done with the fight. Because she was really getting dealt with for real. And what makes it worse is like they already announced the next season or the next Avatar or whatever. And the whole premise is that this is pretty much almost apocalyptic. And everyone, like spirits and humans, hate the Avatar and they are actually after him, trying to catch her. So like whatever Korra did just completely messed up the whole Avatar lineage. And what sucks about this Avatar, imagine having to like, bring up the Avatars for some help. And the only one you have to bring up is Korra. Like, the one that messed it all up. How do you get advice from them? I'm like, okay, where's Aang? Is he on vacation or something? Like, nah. And Korra be like, nah, it's just me. Like, just you? Just take me out now. This character's gonna get like another part because I'm over here just yapping about Avatar and not really working on this. Probably because the hair is just ridiculous. Aang should have came back. Bro. Like people keep joking saying like Korra essentially just deleted the whole save file. Nah, but I'm sure you guys can tell, like, The whole last Avatar series, last Airbender and Korra, like probably my all-time favorite series. Her advice is you're the Avatar, you ain't gotta listen to anybody. Bro, that's pretty much. Like that would suck so much. And like everything that I brought up about Korra has nothing to do with her being a woman. Like her being a woman is irrelevant in all of this. And I hate that's the argument that people bring up. It's like, bro, like I said, there might be some out there that are like that. But like the vast majority of people who don't like her are not those kind of guys. I don't know, man. Like there are so many gender wars that happen online too. Exactly. If he was a guy, if that version if that avatar did all those things was a guy, nobody would like him. Honestly, he would probably get more hate because nobody would be on his side. No, but going back to the whole Naruto versus Aang thing, if he can spirit bend and, you know, just completely seal Kurama away from Naruto, then I think there's a high chance that he could take it, right? Because as far as bending goes, he could pretty much just do that non-stop as long as he has the stamina, right? The only thing stopping Naruto is his infinite chakra reserves. And if Aang can just block all that off, he got it. Bro. No, I was going back to the whole Naruto versus Aang thing. And I was saying Aang can, you know, probably do it if he can completely seal off Kurama from Naruto. Like if he could just do spirit bending and just block off all of his chakra, then Naruto has it. Aang has it like overall. That's if we can equate those two things together. Because isn't chakra like part of that person's like spirit and everything? If Kurama can come back, Rava can too. The thing is, Rava is there. It was just for some reason it doesn't, you know, connect anymore after she was taken away. And you want me to be honest how the spirit bending work? We really don't have like a true definitive answer as to how it works. But we do know that everyone's bending has to be connected to their spirit in some part, because he needed to use spirit bending in order to remove someone's bending. So I was like, with that being said, like if chakra is connected to the person's like spirit or life force or whatever, then yeah, he might be able to seal off someone's chakra. You must have forgotten that part. Yeah, it was like after Unalaq took Rava out of Korra, he fused with Vaatu and all that junk, and he became a giant kaiju and everything. And then somehow Jinora pulled up, was able to somehow get the small piece of Rava that was, growing again inside of Vaatu. And then able to, put her back in Korra. Korra also becomes a giant kaiju. They fight. Boom. So that's why we gotta read the books. Man. Nah. Like, I really should read the comics, though. Like, I claim to enjoy this series so much. I did not read any of the comics. Fake fan for real, I found you, faker. Oh yeah, but Soul, do you know if chakra is tied to a person's spirit, their soul, their life force, and all that kind of stuff? I think that would be the defining answer. Oh yeah, I don't doubt that they go in like full definition with the books. I just never got around to actually buying them. We also talk about the lives of the older ones. Oh wait, so they give us more detail about Wan? Because I have not heard anybody like talk about that. Hey, were you talking about the novels or the comics? Both. Oh, okay. Yeah, guys, sorry about this. Like, she's definitely gonna get another part because I know I'm not gonna finish her today. So there's two parts to chakra. One has to do with the spirit and one part doesn't. Okay. So with that being said, if someone were to seal off that spiritual side of it, can that person still manipulate the chakra to do like all the ninja magic? Man, just run the hands. Now, if it was talking about just pure hands, then Naruto has it for real. Nah, that'll be a quick one. Yeah, I knew Kyoshi and Yang Chen had their own books. I think Roku's supposed to come out. You said, what? I say a quick one? Bro, Aang doesn't really have hands for real. Like, he could do all the bending and stuff, but as far as like hand-to-hand combat, he doesn't really have it like that. And that's what, man, you're making me go back to Korra. Like, she's living rent-free in my head right now. Well, that's the only thing that people bring up when it comes to her beating Aang. Like, she does have hands. Aang doesn't. Like, real, like, straight hands, she has it. But as far as bending goes, she loses to Aang. 10 out of 10. And I mean that with every ounce of disrespect I can muster, you know? Korra didn't hurt you, relax. Bro. Nah, it's just funny. But yeah, straight hands, she has it. Bending involved, she doesn't. I mean, put Aang with anybody with hands, like, he doesn't have it. And like I said, I bring up Azula because that would be another person with real hands. Because honestly, she really didn't lose a fight. She only lost a fight to her mental health. Does Aang lose to a black belt? Bruh, if hands are involved, only Aang loses. Said by beating Aang pure hands. Bro, give me a bat. Slap the ball and this is wild. Who's winning, Krillin or Aang? Krillin. Like, honestly, you can't really put a lot of these characters with the Dragon Ball verse. I mean, because for a lot of you really don't need the Saiyans at all. Like, just the humans alone are good enough. They only look weak because they're standing next to the Saiyans. Like, the Saiyans are just overly busted. Like, bro, give the humans something. Which I never understood why the humans didn't get, like, any kind of real buff. Because I'm like, do they always say that Gohan is strong because he's half human, half Saiyan? So like, doesn't that mean that the human half of him brings something that the Saiyan doesn't? But at the same time, I could just be missing something because that's like one series that, you know, I miss a lot of details on. Because like I do love like Dragon Ball, like Z, the whole series and everything, but it's not like one I really just fully remembered or keep up with like that, or kept up with, I should say. So what kind of genes these humans got? Man, I don't know. You said, or is it Bulma's family line? What was that question in reference to? Eclipse. You said Trunks. No, I said Gohan. But either way, like all the half sayings, like people have said because they were like, you know, half and half, like half with humans. I'm like, is it the human half that's doing that? And if it is, like, what's the reason that humans overall in Dragon Ball just hit like a peak and they're stuck there? So now it's the human side holding him back. Bruh. Dang. See, this is the part where I need Scoot on because he knows more about it than I do. Like that's why it sucks. Like over half of the cast in that series is just irrelevant because all the focus is on the Saiyans only. And if you want me to be real, like Sonic, the whole Sonic series gets the same treatment. Like they only care about the hedgehogs. And one of them's not even a full hedgehog. He's an alien. And the other one, they just forget he exists. And I mean that disrespectfully, too. I was wondering if he was going to hear it or not. I said it don't matter who got his own game. Sonic and Shadow. They ain't got no Silver the Hedgehog. Who's falsely portrayed, bruh. You need an Omega game, and the final boss gotta be metal. Hey, that'd be kind of clean. But we know that's not gonna happen. Because the fan base and the company hates anything that doesn't just have Sonic in it by himself, which I never understood. The old fans. No, I think it's a mix of both at this point. Bro, what are we at? Like, it's almost that time. Yeah, I've been yapping too much. Like, she's definitely gonna get another part. My bad, guys. Well, you said never mind to the question. I mean, I'm not ending it yet. If you want to follow through with that. Favorite style. Honestly, I do enjoy Frontiers. Like, if there was a way for them to mix like Adventure 1 with Frontiers, like give me multiple playable characters, give me multiple stories that converge into one, I think that'd be cool. Or even if you don't go like the multiple stories route, like allow me just to use multiple characters in the game. Like, I don't know who decided on that, or which side of the fan base hated using other characters in 3D Sonic games, but we need variety. And don't just give Sonic like every type of ability when it just doesn't make sense. Like the Werehog. It should have been Knuckles in that position. This man said give him big. And you guys heard me say that before too. Like, bruh, like Unleashed is a cool game. I just wish it could have been Knuckles in the Werehog position instead of Sonic turning into a werewolf. And like, bro, and give me a racing game where they're running on foot. That's what they do. But then you have those people like, oh, Sonic will automatically win. He's the fastest thing alive. Like, bro, it's a game, man. These are under game mechanics. Cause like, I mentioned that because they're coming out with another racing game. I'm not sure when it's coming out. Oh, but if you're talking about like the boost formula or like the old 3D platforming type stuff, oh, platforming all day. Like boost, I'm done with that. Yeah, I've never been like a big advocate for the whole boost thing, like in the slightest. Like, it was a cool gimmick for Unleashed, but I was already over it. Yeah, it's been over 10 years. Like, even that old platforming formula, it didn't stay long. Like, the boost formula has been here longer than their original, like, just platforming stuff. No, they didn't really give it time to just marinate. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, like, yeah, Because I think the first 3D platformer was Adventure One. I think that came out like in '98 or '99. So I'm looking up right now. Yeah, it came out in '98, and then their final game for the whole like just 3D platforming stuff, I think was '06. So from '98 to 2006, that was their limit for that. And then I think Unleashed came out in '08, right? Oh, let me look it up. That's crazy. I got these numbers down pat. Yeah, so Unleashed came out 2008. So 2008 up until now, they've been using the boost formula. Bro, I should have been a game journalist for real. I'd have been talking about Sonic and Pokemon all day. Nah, but yeah, the boost formula has been here longer than just their regular 3D platforming. But I'm not sure if it's just like a fan base thing, like they actually listened to them, they changed it up because they were like, oh, people didn't like it. But I know a lot of people did not like the stuff back then. And then that whole complaint about like, why is there so many characters, never made sense to me. Like no other franchise gets that same critique. And the stupid side scroller sections. Yeah, that's another complaint that people have. And I'm like, why is it staying? And then like I mentioned before, like I don't care for the goofier tone they were taking with everything. So I think the one game that had like a good blend of like darker tones and keeping things more lighthearted was Sonic Heroes. Like that had a good blend of both, while both adventure games was more on the serious side. Except, but even ignoring the other characters, because you had times where you try to beat levels and heroes with just Sonic without swapping, and the levels still had depth. The only game where Sonic had a tornado move that launched enemies. Yeah. But at the same time, I think doing this whole boost thing is easier on them when it comes to level design. They really don't have to think of level design, to be honest. Because all this Sonic talk makes him want a fat chili dog. Man. Okay, I don't know what it is. Like every time around this time specifically, like my stomach just gets this weird feeling. Like I have a bit of nausea. I don't know what's going on. See what you did? So now we can't talk about Sonic. Cole is done. Bro got the 6th Sense. Oh yeah, but final thing about like the whole Sonic thing. Well, I will say, even though that whole adventure era, the 3D platforming era, didn't last long, they did have the most spin-off games. They were experimental a lot, and we did get the most new like characters during that era. Because like during that whole time, you had Sonic Advance trilogy, which was on the Game Boy Advance, on top of Sonic Battle, which that also had a story that carried over. And then what do you have? Secret Rings and Black Knight, which I didn't care for those either of those two games, but you know, people love them. And then you had the Sonic Rush series, which brought in Blaze as well. And then you had Sonic Chronicles, which was their, you know, that first try into like an RPG. So even though that era didn't last long, it did have the most games, period. Because this newer era doesn't even get like spin-offs. Like they're not experimental at all. Keep forgetting the storybook games. Music fire though. I think there are two games currently in this modern era that the music was just kind of mid. That was Forces, which that was just a trash game all around, and then Superstars, which was just a mid game. But Secret Rings only on Wii. Yeah, both of those storybook games were Wii exclusive. Because that's when they split off into two different teams around that same time, because the Wii got Secret Rings, while the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 got Sonic 06. Where you get Soniqua from? That's how they greeted him and Shamar. That's crazy. You know, one day I think I have to play like a little bit of the Sonic Advance trilogy and Sonic Battle on stream, you know, on my legit Game Boy Advance. You know, with the with the capture card, you know. With the capture card, man, the capture card, you know. The emus are only in Australia. Am I good? Yeah, I'm great. I just almost said something I shouldn't have, you know? No, but I definitely will play like just a little bit of all those games on here. Because that way you can see like not just me doing it for a stream or whatever for content, but it's like if you just see a lot of games from the past, you can just compare and contrast like how the creativity is just so low now. Like there's no creativity, there's no experimenting, there's no variety. Like everybody's just trying to do the same thing. Speaking of, do you still have like a list of games you want to stream when you get a PC? Yeah, for sure. Cause like once I get the computer, like I'm definitely doing longer streams, like more than just 2 hours. And you guys won't know when I actually have a good PC. Like it's just one day I'm just gonna be streaming longer than 2 hours. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I'm shutting down or anything. Like, I'm just gonna keep going, and then all of you are gonna start wondering like, oh, what's going on? But yeah, I still have a list of games I actually want to play on there. Like I said, most of them are just sitting right there on the shelf, and some of them are unopened. And like then I'll just be able to stay more consistent with it. That's why we look towards indie games. Yeah, that's true. Cyber Sleuth win. Hey, that'll probably be when I get a better computer. No, not probably, definitely. The new Time Stranger's on the way. Yeah, man, I'm ready for it. You can't pass go until you finish. Or I'm gonna play the original. What was the Cyber Sleuth? Hacker's Memory. I'm about to play it on my Vita. Like I'm still kind of mad I bought it for the Vita, and then they announced the whole double package for the Switch, and I was like, bruh, really? Like I didn't have to buy it. You still recommend Dusk's Dawn? I think I tried to play it. Oh, I guess at the time it was like a long time ago. It just wasn't hitting for me. Fraudulent, bruh. Yeah, I know, like, oh crap, let me charge this. Because I know, like, once I get off of here, like, I'm going to stream again on TikTok for the second time today. Because honestly, this morning when I streamed, I think I got the most people, like the most views in general. So I can see who comes in. Like, even if they leave, it still counts as a view. So I end up getting like 160 something. And I was like, what? Why did everybody just show up like that? Like, even if they did, like I said, even if they didn't stay, like, it still counts as a view. you know what? I gotta keep all the momentum going with all the streaming sources. How we feel if Digimon announced like next week that they're working on the open world Digimon game. I mean, that would be cool. It'll pretty much just be a continuation of the whole Digimon world, because that's another game I didn't finish. So it's Digimon World Next Order. That was open world for the most part, but it had a different like fighting mechanic. Like overall, the Digimon fights by itself, but you can still give like input at times. So that was more like it was more like a pet simulator compared to like the whole Digimon story games like Cyber Sleuth. Because you actually got to take care of them. You actually got to go manually train them in the like training facility. You have to take them to the restroom and all that kind of stuff. And like, and how you take care of them will determine their evolution. No, I didn't finish it. Because I was like, back then when I still had the PS4, and like I had that issue where I lost all progress on everything. So, yeah. All right, you guys. Where the open world Pokemon game at, bruh? Who had like the character description? Who's saving those? But as far as open world Pokemon, they can't handle it. Let's be real. Okay, if you're gonna be here tomorrow, hopefully you remember one of the shark. Okay, I could just write it down myself or type it in on my phone. So Lee said a shark. What is Scoot add in? Cheeto fingers and toes. That's wild. But all right. So I have both of those down, and yeah, I'm gonna end it here. This character's gonna get another part. We just need to finish inking like the last 2 braids, and then add her colors in. You couldn't type because you dropped your phone. Hey, it's all good. Eclipse had it. But she gets what? Is this a 3rd or 4th part for her? The 4th. That's wild. 3rd. All right, but either way, it's all good. We get it done tomorrow. Like, she's almost there. Like, it shouldn't have taken this long, honestly. It's just today was a real yap session. But I think this is the most I've ever talked, period, on here. But anyway, I appreciate everyone for being here. Hopefully I catch you tomorrow, again at 5 p.m. Central. I'm doing this Monday through Friday, like every time, man. So I hope you have a good day, afternoon, night. I don't know where you are. I just hope you have a good one, man. And also drink some water. See you.